Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th
Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I say hot tub, stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, rubber dub and hot tub, rubber dub with me. Should I get the hot tub?
Yeah.
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah.
Should I get the hot tub?
Yeah.
Will it make me wet?
Yeah.
Well.
You know what I'm going to do, Wildcat? I'm going to take unplug
What's
every
wrong?
one of them. I'm going to unplug every one of them, go
Yeah.
put them in my car, and leave with them.
With the headphones, you
Yeah.
having problems
That-
again?
No,
Doc, can you hear?
I hear pretty good. I had to turn it down, though.
They had them all unplugged. What do they do in the afternoons?
I don't know, but there are a lot of weird things back here as well that I have to double check
We're
before
going
we
to
go
start.
on the air.
We're going to start getting them back. I think Dave is trying to
booby trap them?
Yeah, I think he's trying to get me.
Here's what we need to do. We need to get them all time in a knot so they can't go
Yeah,
in there.
or they can't put 'em in.
There you go. Let them untangle it before the show.
Glenn, I like you thinking. I like the way you think.
Speaking about tied in a knot, was your stomach tied in a knot?
Whoop, roll tide. No. We'll talk about that later. Man, I tell you, high school picks, we had many of them because Glenn's got the lineup for all the games tonight. Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legend's in here with us. Chad, now, do you travel tonight? Or I guess that's a away game. They got it covered.
Yeah, and I don't think I have I think the Rutherford game's the one home game that's here Monday.
Yeah,
tonight.
Today's Monday.
Yeah, there you
want
go.
to see that
They go in a row, you know what I'm saying?
That beautiful shiny face. That beautiful shiny face, Dr. Chad Mitchell.
Face made for radio.
Hey, what's your Central Florida Knights? They look good, didn't they?
They disappointed me.
They were favored by 14. What happened, Doc? What happened to your national champ?
Coach Prime, that's all I can say.
He's coming. He's coming. We're coming. We're coming. We're coming.
Oh.
All right, let's take this phone call. Good morning, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You're home with the Auburn Tigers. What happened to the Tigers? I have no idea. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, so I'm just going to say that Alabama and SMU have officially made it a Gators heaven on a bye week.
That's true.
So y'all better clip this or whatever you got to do because you might only hear it once.
That's
Roll Tide.
Oh, wow.
I love that. Thank you. We'll take that any day.
Wow, that's awesome.
Dr. Ward was making posts during the game, and I said, Doc, it ain't over yet. And he said, you don't have much faith. And sure enough, what happened? Georgia scores late in the game.
Yeah.
Then the next play, Bama puts it away.
Yeah.
What a game.
My wife said
It was a
the same
great
thing.
game.
Yeah.
I was getting so mad that Alabama was making mistakes, and I was like, man, this is crap. And she's like, they got 33 points, and I can't remember. I think it was 15, 33 to 15, and it's in the fourth quarter. What are you talking about? And I was like, do you know who they're playing? I was like, have you forgotten who Georgia is? I mean, they could come back and win it, and I'll be dadgum if they didn't come back and
Almost
just
went.
about
Yeah.
do it.
I tell you what, you got to have a lot of respect for Georgia. Most teams would have quit at that, like when it was 30-7. And what really saved them when they got that safety, and they, Bama threw that interception down to goal line, and then they get a safety a couple plays later on Georgia. But for Georgia not to give up and play like they did, play hard, make the adjustments at halftime, it was incredible. Kirby Smart's an unbelievable coach.
Well, it's funny because a lot of the Gators that are in like the group chat and stuff, they're coming out of the woodwork somehow, thinking that they're like they post on Facebook and say, "We might beat Georgia." I'm like, y'all watching the same game I am.
Well, I don't know if your offense is as good as
teams with
Alabama's now.
steamroll.
Do you guys have the receivers Bama has and the running backs and the line? That offensive line in Alabama, now that they're healthy, they're all out there, they're massive. I mean, you wouldn't believe the size. One of the left tackle, 6'6" and a half, 370. I mean, they're huge across the front.
What's crazy is y'all's best receiver, 17 years old.
The guy's unbelievable.
He is.
He really is.
That last little spin move he put on, I don't even know what it was.
I call it a pirouette.
Chad used to make that move back in when he played high school football. I saw Chad make that move several times.
I've seen that in ballet several times. and, I mean, the 17-year-old makes it look effortless and then makes two guys miss.
I got a call during the game, the Auburn Oklahoma game, and said, "Is Glenn coaching the kickers at Auburn this year?" I said, "I don't think so."
Oh.
Did you watch it? Did you see that mess?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How many field goals they missed? He missed a chip shot right before halftime, and then they make him try to kick a 51-yarder.
Yeah. And its baby went sailing to the left.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So,
I think all of them went to the left.
yeah,
didn't they?
well, that last one, when he tries to, it's almost out of it. Well, it's probably out of his range, and so now he's really trying to get into it, and you either land on your heel or you land on your toe, and it makes your left hip spin out. And so,
Glenn knows that stuff.
So,
what about FSU?
we don't kick it when we got one of the best ones in the nation.
And what was the score then? 14?
14-9, and
he
they
didn't kick.
they just went down there and we run ukulele right up the middle there. So
yeah, well, we had a split screen TV in our den, and finally I said, "Forget this." I turned off FSU completely, and it was 28-.
Well, the thing that really got me was I was already upset because he should have kicked it. Because I'd rather kick a field goal than eat lunch. But he throws it to that I can't catch it tight end, and it bounces off his hands. It goes right to the defender, and they run it down inside the 10. And I'm like,
if you'd have told me, what do they reckon now? 1-5, 1-4,
1-5,
1-5.
Yeah, 1-4. Excuse me.
1-4. The Florida State, after being 13-0, the next year they'd be 1-5, 1-4. They didn't who they got this week?
I'm in disbelief.
You might as well consider it 1-5. They got Clemson.
There's no way. There's no way. I don't know they'll score.
Well, Clemson. Everybody plays a prevent defense. We play a prevent offense. So, I mean, that's the only way to sum it up. I mean, that's like having our own side punter. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, keep that one. That's the best one he's had yet.
Oh, that was good, Glenn.
Hey, the only reason I say it's because we went through it one year at Bay High School. If we hadn't played at Panama City Christian, we would have been 0-10. So I know how that was.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. It happens to you.
How'd y'all like Saban's comment, when he was asked about Florida State and Florida? Did you see his comment?
I liked him. I thought he was on.
No, I thought he was on too. He was saying, he was taking blame off the coaches.
Right.
Yeah. He was like, look, there's a system in place now
Things
where
have changed.
You've got to have the facilities, you've got to have the NIL money in place, you've got to have all these things. And he goes, those are two good coaches. And, everybody's looking at the coaches. It's a systemic problem.
Yeah. And now that you can leave and go where you want, it's changed college football from year to year. You don't know what you got.
Yeah. Well,
you can build back quick.
It worked in FSU's advantage last year. Mm-hmm. This year, obviously, there's no chemistry, no leadership. Whole thing implodes.
Well, some of those guys came back to try to win the national championship.
Yeah.
So that helped to have those guys in there. And he said earlier in the year, this is the longest time he's had during the spring to have to put in to install things. And so some of the basic stuff and some of the chemistry and probably didn't get.
Remember what we heard? The biggest, strongest, best group he's had yet. We heard that. That was from them.
Right.
and then you don't win a game.
Well, there's probably some truth to it, the talent-wise, but
Playing together.
chemistry-wise,
Yeah.
it's obviously not working.
The offensive line has to play together. That's all there is to it. There's so many pass-offs and everything. So.
Look how bad the state looked. And hey, listen, I watched the Virginia Tech.
Oh, I watched
Miami
that game.
Not the last play of the game. When that kid ran for a touchdown up the middle, and they call holding on that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It wasn't holding.
Yes,
I agree
that
with
was
you.
a joke.
Yep.
It's ACC network. I mean, the officials.
They're gonna take care. They're gonna make sure they got
the one that's supposed to win and the one that's the highest ranked team.
Right.
Because
Help
they want
the money.
They want Miami to be in there.
Yeah. Now,
I saw that last play. I could not see any video evidence that ball was not caught, and I really think that the ref was afraid to call the real play.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I didn't know
he
about
would
that.
have
And the
had to
defender's
win
out of bounds. He can't touch the ball. He's out of bounds, and so that whole thing.
Yeah. Did you see where did they go to where the officials were at?
Yeah, but
that was all fake. You know, they were really on the phone with all the people at Vegas.
Yeah.
The people at Vegas tell him what you better do, what you better not do.
Like I said, I don't like that ref knew the consequences of calling the right call, because if he called that ball was caught, which it might not have been, but you can't see it.
But didn't have enough to overturn the call.
Well, the ball never
That's right.
touched the ground.
Yeah.
It never touched the ground, and it touched a defender who's out of bounds, and it ends up with the receiver holding on to it. That's a catch. I don't know how you can rule it otherwise, but I'm not an official, so.
Yeah.
Well, he would have to have 10,000 bodyguards if he walk out of there. If he calls that right, he'd have Miami fans waiting for him.
Well, the way the ball came down, it's like one of those, if somebody's going to not have it, it's going to be incomplete. And he took his time getting over there to make the call. He just kind of sashayed over there like, is this important? I'm not sure.
Then let's get the high school games. Who's being played tonight?
All right, well, I'll tell you what, tonight we have the only game in town will be Mariana is at Rutherford at Tommy Oliver tonight. Mosley's at Milton, and Bay is at Pensacola, and Arnold's at Choctaw. And Port St. Joe and Bozeman has to get together on October the 10th. But there's some other games. North Bay Haven plays St. Francis. I don't know who they are. And then Holmes County is at Chipley. And Arnold's at Choctaw. Those are the ones we said, and those are the ones we know right here. Mm-hmm. There were some played on Friday night, though, so, And I beat Destin 39-0, and Pace beat Crestview 56-28. Catholic beat Freeport 53-26. Cottondale 28. Weewa 8. Niceville 41. Gulf Breeze 7. And Walton beat South Walton 60-38.
All right. Real quick, how much time we got? All right. Travis, hold on just a second.
All right.
Our team's here, and I'm not making excuses. It is what it is, but they haven't practiced. Some of them practice Wednesday morning. Some of them practice Monday and Tuesday. That's it. The teams west of us that they're having to play, their weather was fine. They got to practice. Right. They've got extra work in. We didn't. I feel bad for the teams in Bay County and east of us. God bless the ones way east of us, but to practice a couple days and then not do anything for 2 or 3 days. I don't know if you can practice on Sundays in Florida. I don't know.
Not supposed to, but they may have gotten a waiver because of the weather and having to play on Monday night.
Yeah, that's going to be tough now. It's going to be different, totally different.
So what would you tell your team?
I'd have found a way to practice. If any way we could do it.
Because I'm familiar with what you usually say. Like, it doesn't happen to you; it happens for you.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
setback to comeback. Negative to positive.
I love that saying.
They should have declared.
Mama said we could.
All the schools should have been declared. One of the sites for the tornado. I mean, the hurricane, and then they could have practiced in the gym. But nobody wanted to take that from us.
That's the reason you should have been in charge. I told you to run for superintendent. You don't listen. Unbelievable. Hey, Travis, we got to take a break, man. We got Coach Griff on. I hope we got Coach Griff on here a little bit. He's getting ready to play a game tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to get him on. But call back later, Travis, if you can.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right, buddy. Hey, I like that Roll Tide. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You want to do it again? No, I guess not. Hey, Wildcat, I wore this for you, baby.
Hey.
What about them Kentucky Wildcats?
I watched that game.
Lane was working out the details of his Florida contract.
I mean, it was a good weekend for me. Kentucky Wildcats won, and then the Bengals won their first game of the season.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Oh, how many yards did Derrick Henry wind up having last night? Anybody know?
No.
I don't know, 200, I think, something like that.
He had 80 something on the first run.
Yeah, so he did. The AD, Jamie Bukowski, just texted me and said they did get a waiver to practice on Sunday from FHSA.
All right, good. Awesome. Good. All right, we'll try to get Coach on in just a second, talking about Arnold's huge game, district game, Choctaw at Choctaw. Looking forward to tonight's games. Get out there and support these high school players you listen to out in Northwest Florida. There's probably a game near you.
It's going to be a beautiful night for
it's going to be pretty. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer. We ate there for lunch yesterday. Outstanding. Scotty, I saw one of my former players there. Had a great time. Get out to J. Michael's Restaurant. Try their steaks. Try their burgers. They're unbelievable. But you love seafood, it's J. Michael's. South Oak, Title and Closing, Chuck Tucker. The Elites, the 30A Mark Coward, sells multi-million-dollar homes. They all demand Chuck Tucker and South Oak Title and Closing. So should you. And the biggest guy, the best guy out there, unbelievable, Jason Stevenson Air Conditioning. They do an incredible job. He went to Mosley High School. He's local. He takes care of all you people throughout Northwest Florida. Locals taking care of locals. Anytime, day or night, call them. They'll be there for you. They do an incredible job. It's one of the few things you can purchase that actually pay for itself, because every month when you buy a new one, you save money on your power bill. And over a period of time, it pays for itself. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Not even close. Wonderful people down there. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, the best happy hour in Panama City Beach. Heck, in Bay County, buy one, get one free. House wine, margarita, draft beer. When the games are being played, $5 pitchers, lunch specials Monday through Friday. The place to have birthday parties. And Coop was there. Coop and the Moss family was down there. They were having, I think he's probably signing autographs, having a great time in El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Rudy's Barbecue on Baton Beach Road, one of Glenn's favorite places. When he's AD at Bay, he used to use them a lot to have catering services. They do a great job. The best barbecue and turkey you'll get anywhere. That is Rudy's Barbecue on Baton Beach Road. Whew. Are we giving away something today? Hey!
No, they're saying Bay right here.
No, we're done with the NASCAR thing and everything.
We're done. We're just done. All right, you listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Auburn Tigers. We'll be right back.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 86 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a calm wind and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 85 with some sun and a wind out of the northwest around 3 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 86. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Hello, this is Rick Vossen with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore Portable Building Dealer, Panama City.
When he played football, helmets had not been invented yet. Players played both sides, and quarterbacks weren't afraid of needles. It's the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Man, Kentucky wins the game. He goes absolutely nuts.
That's not the Arnold fight song, is it?
I don't know what that is.
Way to go, John.
Should be.
Good song.
All right, let's bring on. We got Coach Griffith. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Well, we want to know, what have you guys been doing since, let's say, I think you practiced Wednesday morning, right?
Well, we actually got out, or we canceled practice. We were going to go Wednesday morning. I flipped it back to the afternoon, and we ended up just canceling Wednesday.
Okay, dang. Have you done anything since then?
Yeah, we actually we got out Saturday, and then we got a waiver from the FHSA to do our walkthrough yesterday. So we went Saturday, Sunday, kind of get us ready for Monday. But we did have a pretty good break.
Yeah. Talk about what your concerns. What's that like going through that? And then you got a huge district game, and I'm sure they got to practice all week over there. They're a little bit. I don't think they closed their schools down.
No, I don't think so. I think they practiced on through. But I think the last time I talked to you guys, I told you I was concerned about our guys being tired and trying to pull back off them a little bit. So, I don't think as a coach you could ever cancel 3 days of practice.
That's true.
But it forced us to do that. Yeah. And, Saturday, I think we were refreshed on Saturday. So, I'm trying to look at the positives of it. We lost quite a bit of prep time for an outstanding football team. But at the same time, hopefully our guys will be a little more fresh and rejuvenated. And, it was nice, kind of a nice little break in there, for our guys, physically and maybe even mentally. So hopefully it'll work out well for us.
Are you guys open this coming Friday?
No. We're actually traveling up to Vernon on Friday. So we've got 4 football games this week, 2 varsity and 2 JV. So it's going to be an interesting week.
How's that? Let me. I know you're focused on tonight, and I apologize for even asking this. But if you play a game on Monday night, do you go right back out Tuesday and practice, or do you cut it back? How do you handle that? Because you got the game Friday.
It's a good question. I've been thinking about that all morning and been thinking about it a little bit. We're gonna keep our guys tomorrow, maybe watch some film, maybe go out and just move around a little bit. It's not going to be a normal practice. It's mainly going to be putting the Choctaw game to bed and maybe introducing what we want to do against Vernon. So it'll be light. It won't be too much, but we can't afford to not. It's not a day we can just take off.
Now, Saturday, people now really scared about these storms. I know that we had a lot of people leave and go over to Mississippi and different places. Did you have everybody there for Saturday? Did you have anybody that wasn't there?
No, we honestly only were missing 1 or 2 here guys, and it really wasn't really storm related. I mean, I could not be more proud of our guys for Saturday, how they all got in there, and the work and the tempo, the enthusiasm, the practice we had on Saturday was about as good as one as we've had since I've been there. So, and then yesterday was really good. Again, we had most of our guys there. Almost all of our guys were there Saturday and Sunday. So that was that tells you as a coach, they could have had every excuse in the world not to be there with the storm and weekend and all those things. But they the only excuse they made was the one to be there, and that's the thing that made me proud as a coach. Those guys, it's important enough for those guys to be in there and prepare for this game tonight.
Unbelievable, like day and night from the past to now. It's incredible. Talk about this. We talked to you last week, and I apologize. But how good do you believe Choctaw is? Is this one of the better teams you've played so far this year?
Yeah, it's probably the best team we played overall. No offense to anyone else. They're just. It's definitely defensively, they're the most athletic defense. I mean, they've got guys all across the field on the defensive side of the ball, and that's probably the best running back that we faced. And he's only a sophomore. Lord help us. He's a heck of a player. He's a big body. He runs hard. He's difficult to tackle. He's one of those guys who gets stronger as the game wears on and gets more tough to tackle. So, you know, they've got a lot of guys that are good football players. So it's going to be a challenge for us, you know. But at the same time, I told our guys, you know, we're a pretty good football team too. So, you know, we're not going to back down from the challenge. We're going to, you know, we have to play well to win, and I think that's what our guys are going to try to go over there and do.
Give us everybody out there a little rundown, especially on a Monday, how you guys handle the rest of the day. I don't know if having a pep rally or not, but like, do y'all go eat a pregame meal somewhere, bring them back, get them on the bus, go? Give us like a time frame. What up until kickoff? What's the day going to be like for the Marlins?
Yeah, when we travel, especially if it's far enough away to leave during school, we're going to leave around 2:00, and we're going to stop at a park along the way. And you know, we've got a pregame meal that we kind of consistently do, and that pregame meal it travels with us. So we're gonna stop and do our pregame meal, you know, sometime around 3:00 on the road. Let them stretch their legs for a second, and then we'll load up and move on into Fort Walton and try to get ourselves ready to go. So it's a little bit different, you know, and we've been out of the routine. You know, there's nothing routine about what's going on this whole week, but through it all, I think our guys have been very good about staying focused on what's important, even though our routine gets shaken up a little bit.
And this is the first district game. And if you wouldn't mind, remind us how many district games are this year?
Yeah, we're in a district with 3 teams. We got Choctaw tonight, and week 8 we've got Fort Walton Beach, and then we've got Rickards week 10. Yeah. So that'll be our district, you know. And again, if you win this first district game, it sets you up to have a chance to be in the driver's seat. You know, that's what I've told our kids, and I think Choctaw's going to feel the same way. So, you know, this game's a big deal for both programs and trying to make the postseason. So, you know, it's not lost on us what's at stake tonight.
Well, Coach, good luck to you. I appreciate you coming on. I know you're really busy. Good luck to you. Go get yourself a win. I know you're going to have the guys ready to play, and then you got to turn around and get back to work tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming on.
You got it. We're going to have a lot of fun this week. So.
All right, Coach. Take care, buddy. Thanks, Coach Griff.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tell you what, that's tough, man.
It is. It is.
You made a comment that.
What?
I guess we can't say it on air, though.
Oh. No, I did not make a comment.
I was trying to get your attention. You were reading something. Glenn.
I was.
You're going to hit him with a spitball to get his attention.
Yeah, we missed.
Well, no. No.
I don't like those Monday night games.
No,
I don't like that at all.
Remember, we used to have to do that on Monday night, the shootout
the playoffs.
To get the playoffs. And then
we had to drive to West Florida and play in one of those things. I hate it.
We went to Pensacola and watched, you know, and then anyway, it's funny. It is fun for the kids because, you know, it kind of breaks up their week, you know.
Wasn't this when we played? Didn't you play? I can't remember. Wasn't it just a quarter? We only played a quarter?
Yeah, we played quarter, and if you won that one, then the loser went home. Then the guy that was lucky enough to win the flip, he played. And so then they changed it where everybody had to play to make sure, you know, but that was wild. So
if you have a turnover, it's over.
Yeah.
And we did. And we beat West Florida to death, and I think that's who beat us in that Monday night deal. It was 3 teams. I can't remember who the other one was.
You know, a long time ago when I was in high school, they put the ball on the 50, and everybody had it down, and whichever side of the ball the 50 was on, you know, if you had pushed it across the 50 going in there, you won.
You remember back in Texas, they used to flip a coin. If you had all these ties, you go somewhere to a restaurant somewhere, they flip a coin, and whoever won the coin toss got in the playoffs. Crazy. Peace, brother. We got a phone call? Take it after the break. Is that what you meant by that? Okay, I thought you were meant something else by that. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got so many of them. I had a great time. I was down there, Phil Cobb and I went down to that Cajun place, had some great wings. He got French fries, wings. Oh, my God, it was unbelievable. The bread pudding there is incredible. $5 picture when the games are being played. Miller Lite, Bud Light, you name it, they got it right there. 27 plus TVs. Food's incredible. Again, try the bread pudding. And they got beignets down there. It's like in New Orleans. They're really good. But we really have that Cajun place back. If you're a Saints fan or LSU fans, man, I tell you what, they probably got feeling really good. LSU put it on South Florida, and every time they scored a touchdown, you get a free Jell-O shot. But you got to be wearing their shirts.
I was hoping the team that makes the Jello shots, if you were that team, you should be getting one too because you helped it.
They had to pay for theirs.
Jello shots for everybody. They got a nice patio with live entertainment.
Oh my God, they got everything. That place is incredible. You can't get in the summertime; it's packed out. You can't
crazy
get in.
Cool.
But you can now. So good afternoon, have a great time. That Cajun place right here on Thomas Drive, unbelievable people. Love it. Love Rick, Jan, and Trudy, all the wonderful people down there. Hey, Patrick, man, you want that yard look beautiful? Turpo Pest Control can make it happen for you. Give them a call. They'll come out. Your yard look like a golf course. There's no doubt about that. You listen to him right here today at 8:30. Pat will be in here with us. Looking forward to that. If I want jewelry, where am I going to go?
You're going to go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. If you can design it in your head, they can create it and make it a reality right before your eyes. Take your jewelry there, get it appraised, get it fixed, get it cleaned, and if you want to, they'll even buy it. Right now, a 25 to 75% off sale. Everything in the store.
Hey, get out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Every Wednesday, 10 wings inside for $9.99. That's the place to go watch all the NFL games, college football games. If you're in Lynn Haven, you better be at Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. I love the people there. They treat you like family. Great customer service, great food. Of course, why not? Pat Perno's the owner. You know it's going to be great. The best city commissioner Lynn Haven's ever had. Get out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. We'll be right back with Glenn Manley, with the legendary Chad Mitchell and Wildcat. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Race to Talladega.
All right, Ryan, are you sitting down?
Sitting down.
Well, stand up because you just won the Race to Talladega.
Oh, boy. I can't stand up because I'm driving, but, man, that is exciting.
You posted a 2-second qualifying time, the fastest in the heat. You are in the pole position.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
At Brock Lawn and Pest Control, we're proud to be awarded the distinction of being Quality Pro certified.
Our technicians have passed rigorous training in eco-friendly application and prevention of pest treatments.
Part of the program is the practice of integrated pest management.
IPM's goal is to prevent pests from ever entering your home. It includes inspection, prevention, education, and, when necessary, application.
We're proud to be Quality Pro certified.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, the standard and level of trust.
All roads lead to adventures this fall in a brand new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover our Kia SUV family and get ready to forge a brand new path. Bill Bird Kia is now offering 2.49% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. It's the best family SUV with third row seating space for the entire family to unwind. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us anytime at 2435 East 15th Street or BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento with $1,775 per $1,000 financed at 60 months. Qualities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for all qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/30/24.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State.
Oh,
no. We need to probably just shut it down this year and get ready for next year.
No, you can't. You have to
can't do it.
You have to support your team.
Exactly. You got to support your team.
Yeah.
You got to keep working at it. You can't let this get you down, for sure.
Well, let's take this phone call. David, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. I hope the best for Florida State, but I really do. Anyway, the reason I called, I was wondering about the 17-year-old from Alabama. Where did he go to high school at?
Oh, man, you would. Was it Thompson?
I don't know, but it's Mobile, isn't it? I heard
Mobile somewhere.
That's what I heard.
I didn't think it was Mobile. Maybe it is.
Well,
I'll do a quick search.
He had to be 18 to get in college, so I think he's ineligible.
He was the first. This is how good this guy was. He's the first player in the history of the state of Alabama to win the best player Gatorade state player of the year as a sophomore. Then he wins it as a junior. Nobody's ever won it like that as a sophomore, junior. That's the first time in the history of Alabama. And then he's 17 years old. He should still be playing high school, but he declared, I guess, had enough credit to get an early degree. And he goes to Alabama as a true freshman, and he looks like he can play in the NFL right now. The guy's a freak. Ohio State's got one, too. Ohio State's got one. Yeah, they got one.
You mean he's smart enough to graduate?
Hey,
skip a whole year?
Yes, academics in that state are incredible.
So he went to Saraland.
What happened to
which
you?
is north of Mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, Saraland. Yeah, the academic system in Bama, you're looking at it. Look.
Yeah.
He's unreal.
I mean, Glenn. Look at Glenn.
Look at Glenn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Nashville.
I tell you what, he's impressive.
Yes, he is. Yes, he
is impressive. I couldn't get over it, how he played. And, I mean, the most special, the one play where he done that little dance around and made the two Georgia players
run into each other.
Now, I'm going to give Georgia credit because they come back and they could have won that game easy.
I tell you what, I do too. They were down. They could. You know what's weird? They made five fourth down conversions. If they didn't miss one or two of them, that'd have been a totally different game. I think Alabama really pulls away. They never quit. They never gave in. They never gave up. I was really impressed with them. I really was.
Oh yeah, both of those teams. Whoever faces those two teams right there, they better have they got their hands full.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that's the best two teams in the SEC?
I believe it.
What about Tennessee and Texas? You don't think they might be better than both of those two?
Texas, Texas questionable because Texas is pretty strong. But as far as my personal, I would vote both of them.
Okay.
Georgia and Alabama.
You know, the issue for both.
I'm worried about Tennessee.
The issue for Alabama and Georgia is that playing Tennessee, and then Georgia's got Texas.
Yeah.
You know, that's so you don't want to lose any more games if you can help it.
Georgia's got Auburn this week. And I haven't looked past that. Well, I can tell you right now. Well, no, Jim doesn't have it on the board. You see Georgia? Yeah, there it is. They got Texas. Hold on a minute. Y'all talk.
Georgia's got Auburn
Coach
between the
have
hedges.
his readers on.
Yeah. So.
Wow, they got them after.
Yep.
Come on, Coach. Into
Georgia has Auburn this week at home, 2:30 on ABC. They're a favorite. Then they've got Mississippi State at home. Then they go to Texas. Wow.
Then they've got Ole Miss a couple of games after the Florida game, and then Tennessee.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
So they go to Austin. They go to Austin in 3 weeks?
Yes.
Man.
Yes. Do you?
Well, I hate. Yeah.
Let me tell you this. Let me point something out. This is the FSU update. We'll get back to FSU. And this could really happen. If Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee all have an 11-1 record, Bama doesn't get in, Texas doesn't get in. Let me explain to you. They do a head-to-head, okay? And if all of them are forward, you got to take all the head-to-head. Georgia will be 2-1. Their only loss will have been to Alabama. When Alabama's tied with them for first, okay? Tennessee beats Alabama. They'll only have one loss, and that would be to Georgia. They're in. Texas would have lost head-to-head to Georgia. They're out with that one loss. Alabama lost to Tennessee, head-to-head. They're out. So if all four of them are 11-1, the SEC championship game will be Georgia and Tennessee. That could happen. That really could happen. That's weird. That's the rules. That's the rules.
A big good game.
Yep. And you know what's crazy about that? Texas and Alabama might have the best team in college football. They have to play an extra game, which would be tough. They're going to have to play in December at home or on the road in cold weather, where the winner of the SEC championship game gets 3 weeks off and gets either Cotton Bowl or Orange Bowl, wherever they pick, if they're the number one seed, which they probably will be. If you win the SEC with only one loss, unless Ohio State's undefeated, then you get that pick where you're going to play. either the Orange Bowl or the Cotton Bowl. So look out, Bama guys. You might go 11-1, still not get the SEC.
You know, I got a feeling it's going to come down to one thing with all these teams. Who gets injured?
Oh, yeah.
You're exactly
of course
right.
it is. One injury could throw this whole
that way
thing.
every year. I mean, Georgia's.
If you don't have Melrose run that ball like that.
And the way he ran Saturday,
Georgia blows
he's
them
going to
out.
get hurt if he keeps that crap up. I mean, he just took way too many chances.
Yes.
He didn't have to.
Hey, if they can catch him, John.
John,
they heard
those were called plays.
Did he not get a little sprain on his ankle?
Yeah.
I mean,
we shot him up. He was Chad was on the sideline. Chad shot him up. We were good.
A better way of living through chemicals.
All right, let's switch gears. Let's get into Florida State. What do you got for Florida State for us? David, hold on. Listen to us.
Well, they fall to the SMU Mustangs, 42-16. And, just looking at the statistics, SMU outgained them, 480 yards, total yards, FSU 295. FSU had 3 turnovers. One of them was at the end of the game, which just kind of sealed the deal for sure. The interception that was thrown for a pick 6. SMU had 1 turnover. And then when you look at first downs, 13 for FSU, 23 for SMU. DJ, 12 of 30, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Quarterback rating went down
3 interceptions
to 13.2. It's and I hate that. I'm not trying to beat up on DJ. I feel bad for him in a way.
Yeah.
But he's not performing for whatever reason. You look at all the reasons. He's just not performing that well. Toafili, 67 yards. I mean, a lot of this tells me, that the offensive line has got some issues too. I mean, they've got some very good running backs. So anyway, don't want to sit here and beat up on the Seminoles. It's bad enough. They're now 1-4, 1-3 in the conference, and they've got Clemson this weekend.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. So tough going for the Seminoles.
Chad, they had the ESPN FPI, Florida State's chances of bowl game. They got a shot, a 5.5% chance to get to a bowl game. They don't have a lot of faith in FSU.
Yeah, it's rapidly deteriorating. For sure.
Somebody said, bring back, they won't bring back Fisher, and I was like,
what about Deion? Deion spanks your national champ, Central Florida. Your
He's
love
got to get that in there.
Yeah, I think I texted you during the game. What happened to UF?
You did.
Yeah.
You did. You always do.
And they were a 14-point favorite. Deion brings his team in there, and he beats them up.
We coming.
They put a beat down on the Colorado.
And Colorado's not even ranked. They're 4-1, not ranked. I think they got one vote to be ranked.
I love it, man.
and they lost to Nebraska.
Is David still on the phone? David, you still there?
Nebraska's lost only 1 game, I think.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Illinois, they're ranked 24th.
Yeah, they just got beat by someone.
They got
get
beat
back to
Penn
FSU,
State.
Glenn. Seriously, we don't want to. I mean, you never really want to criticize a high school player or a college player because they're not professional, even though college really are now. But bless his heart, he has struggled the whole year.
He struggled for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, I just don't
the
get
thing
it.
too is in some of these games though, they got some couldn't catch a cold or they need a butterfly net because he threw one to the tight end wide open.
Yeah,
skipped off his hands,
and that's not his fault.
I know it. I know it. You know.
Do you think do they care?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, but I still got to pull for him because that's what you do. And the thing though is some of his play selection. We're supposed to have the offensive coordinator back, and you're on it's 4th and goal, and you run him. The quarterback runs it unless there was a miscommunication somewhere.
Yeah.
And if they would have kicked a field goal. I know you want to get a touchdown, but if you would have kicked the field goal, it would have been 14-12.
I'm sorry. I like field goals. Field goals put points on the board.
Yeah, you don't take the points.
Then you only need one more and you win the game.
Right.
I mean, I know it's early.
Well,
but
it would have changed the complex of the game.
Right.
But you don't know if they still would have thrown the interception where the guy can't catch it. But
I don't know. It's just.
And he looked good in some spots. He kept hitting. He hit some good plays in a touchdown pass.
You look at his body and you look at him in person. You go, yeah, this guy. We got to get this guy. But then you go really study the films what he did at Clemson. It was nothing. He was the problem at Clemson. Now, I don't know. I didn't watch him much out west when he was out there. But to pay that kind of money for that, I mean, who's doing the evaluation?
Right.
That's
it shows, like to quote Nick Saban and what he said over the weekend, the portal, the players are in the portal for a reason.
Right.
And he goes, you can't always think that you're getting this quality person when, they left their other team, and they left their other team for a reason. And he might have been making a dig at some of the Alabama players that left. But
Chad, let's talk about you. How do we get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Hey, Taco Bell. Taco Bell down in Port St. Joe. They got DoorDash. They do a great job. They support the Tiger Sharks every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Same thing for the Rutherford Rams. If you're in Callaway, get out to Taco Bell. We have 3 great locations in Panama City Beach. Taco Bell, lunch. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Taco Bell. Paparazzi Pizza. There yesterday, saw Big John down there, had a carrot cake. Oh, my, Glenn, first time I had their carrot cake, unbelievable. And the lady was there that made it. She's incredible. Paradise cake is hard to beat, but that carrot cake there was something special. Paparazzi, it's pizza season. They've been doing really well since college football started. And the great lunch special. Go down there, get 2 huge slices of pizza and a drink for $11 and change. You can just get 1 extra drink. I'm telling you, 2 people can share it. The slices are huge. Paparazzi Pizza on Thomas Drive, the food, and they got a bar down there. It's unbelievable. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make it happen for you. Listen to Jason tomorrow. He'll have a lot of good things for us. Go down 23rd Street, visit with him, or in Pier Park. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Try it before you buy it. Dr. Ward, the legend, every Wednesday, 7:30, right here. Doc, your picks were not as good. Was not as good. Just saying. Just not as good. Breaking news. Oh, my God. Did you read this? Hold on. Give me a second.
Here we go. Dead air.
They're eating dogs in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Unbelievable. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Oh, it's bad.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
I didn't think I'd like it. I like it. Wildcat, the guy in it, the main guy, is so much like you.
Yeah, he is a good actor.
He made the movie.
Well, that's the way he just played himself.
Glenn can be that one. I've seen Glenn have different ones.
I've been cleared all those charges.
Right.
Glenn, I will say this. Glenn looks good in a dress.
Weekday morning, 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 86 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a calm wind and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 85 with some sun and a wind out of the northwest around 3 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 86. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Now back to the most dangerous radio show in the Gulf Coast. Coach James Hale. He's so dangerous, he doesn't even check his eggs at the grocery store.
Danger's my middle name.
I'm bad to the bone, honey.
2 tickets to the gun show.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! They changed their fight song. They have not had a year, so they thought this might pump them up, get them going better.
Yeah, save that for the Iron Bowl.
Go Gators! You're not a Gator. You're a Gator.
That Wildcat does good when he's not drinking.
He didn't even have his headphones on, or no, he didn't know what was going on. I got away. I could have got away with that if you hadn't ratted me out, Glenn.
Hey, listen. Hey, Wildcat, he was too busy looking at Alabama replays.
Yeah,
he's
he
still
is.
living in the past.
Yeah, he's going to be doing that all week.
We're at the Florida update, right?
Yes, we are.
Florida
Dr. Chad Misery. What do you have for us today besides Dion beating down on Central Florida?
Well, we can talk about that. That's who the Gators have next. And according to Vegas, the Gators are favored at minus 2.5. So what are you guys' picks for this game?
Wow, I don't know.
It's too early. We got
let me know.
UCF 3-1, Florida Gators 2-2.
We got to study a little bit this week before we
listen.
make a pick.
I'll make my pick at 2:30. Just call me.
Yeah,
they are playing in the swamp.
You know what? That's amazing because I looked for the. Where did you see that Florida was favored? What site was that?
Oh, I don't remember the site.
Gamblers
I looked
Anonymous.
at a few of them, but most of them were saying minus 2.5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and ESPN has the Gators favored at 51.1% on their ESPN analytics. You know, for what that's worth. We'll see.
I had it as a pick'em, but the website it was out of Caesars. They have it as a pick'em game. 6:45 SEC Network pick'em game. But you're saying that Florida's favorite now.
Florida's favored now, yeah. I guess because UCF lost to Colorado.
Okay, all right.
And Florida beat Open.
Let's take this call from a highly intelligent, one of our great callers that we have so much respect for. Robert, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are y'all this morning?
I couldn't be better. How are you doing?
I will
well?
say it. Roll Tide.
Thank you. Thank you.
But my
Rob, how could you?
Hey. With 2 minutes left when they scored, I go, ooh. And they panned around showing all them sad faces of all them young ladies that had been shaking their pom-poms and all that. Hey, if you're over 60 in that stadium, they need to give you a warning for heart problems. Because the emotion in that stadium was from deathly silent to uproar when he caught that pass.
Oh, yeah, I bet it was the loudest it's
There's
ever been.
There's a tape out there on Facebook. It shows Georgia sideline when they come back and score and take the lead. Those kids went berserk. It was crazy. They were throwing fits over there. It is unbelievable. And then they show them after Alabama, after one play, the touchdown to Williams, they were like shocked.
Yeah.
It was
somebody told me that when Georgia scored, that Saban got up, headed downstairs to the locker room to meet them after the game.
Did you hear what happened though?
My goodness.
Did you hear what happened at halftime? It's cool. ABC will never show it. They put Trump, and he got to speak to everybody there.
Really?
And he goes,
really?
He goes, I told you they were eating dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, I'll tell all the Trump stories when we get the Alabama update at 8:00.
Yeah.
What do you think? Hey, let me ask you this. What do you think? This is a Super Bowl game for Central Florida. They've been looking forward to this game, going to the swamp, playing the Gators. Now we're favored big time over Colorado. Dion comes in and embarrasses Central Florida. Do you think they can recover from this and get in there and shock Florida?
They were probably looking ahead. They were probably looking ahead to next Saturday. I just think they have been prepping for Florida. You know, that's the way it used to be every time that everybody played FSU. They prepped, to beat FSU the whole year. But I didn't get, y'all were talking so much about the Georgia and Alabama game during the FSU segment. I did want to say something about our quarterback, Ukulele.
Yeah.
If you go back and look now, Coach, you've been a coach and everything. Go back and look, because they've already played twice on ESPN programs, because they gonna keep showing that FSU gets beat. But look at the feet of the quarterback. He can, if he has to move at all, he cannot throw a pass.
Yeah.
At all. If he you know how Peyton used to be, and it was like he was standing on hot coals the whole time, whether he was safe in the pocket or moving around.
Right.
His feet were always moving, and he could still throw.
Right.
This kid, he cannot, if his feet have to move at all, he cannot throw. He can't hit anything. And I think the receivers they don't know whether he's throwing a rocket or if he's throwing, an easy pass to him. And they have no consistency at all of what he's throwing. And you're right, Coach Manley, that kid, the tight end, right after halftime, that just took all the momentum of any type of comeback.
The other thing that got me is that you're down there and you run him instead of kicking the field goal. I would have run.
They did it twice.
Yeah.
They did it on third down and didn't make it, and so we're going to do it again on fourth down.
Right.
And not make it.
And it would have been 14-12 at halftime. You don't know the outcome after that, but it would have changed kind of the outlook for both teams.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just think you got to build momentum, and you can't put yourself, when you're playing as bad as FSU is, you keep running them fourth downs and not making it. These guys they're kids. They just don't, play field position, play let's get some points, pat everybody on the back. Hey, we're good. So I don't know. It's the old saying is, if you fire him, who you going to hire?
That's right.
Of course, Lane may be available if you got enough money, but I just don't think FSU got the kind of money to pay out again to get somebody that's worthy.
I mean, you think it's a coaching problem, Rob?
Well, here's my thing. Did you look at some of the catches that the SMU guys were making and some of the catches the Alabama guys are making? The ball's 2 feet over their head, and they just stick their hands up and catch a bullet going by.
I know, but that's more of a player problem.
Well, but it's right. It is that, but still, if you've got one of them ball throwers and you're throwing and making them and teaching them the right things, I mean, we must have a pretty good running back coach that's been there for a couple years. I mean, we're getting great running backs now. There ain't no holes for them to run through now, but it's hard to say. I thought it was getting the offensive coordinator back, get a little rhythm. Somebody's used to calling plays from up in the box and all this other stuff. But I don't know.
Well, you hit it kind of on the head there with the consistency of the ball being within a catching radius. You're not sure. So,
I talked about that in the spring. I talked about how I didn't think Wiangalele looked all that great, but now we're seeing it.
You said he's not the answer.
I mean,
and we said, "Who are you? You the head coach there now?" Glenn was really hard on you.
I was at that spring practice or game, whatever they want to call it, and he just didn't look that good to me.
You did say that. You really did.
Well, now we know why they let him leave when he left Clemson, and we let him leave when he went from.
Well, even when
he was in the transfer,
I don't know, was the head coach. Where was he at before? Washington State. What school was it?
Oregon State.
Oregon State. When that coach left there, they didn't want to take him with him.
Right.
But Florida State wanted to pay $900,000.
I don't know what they paid, but
million, whatever it is.
They hollered the other day they wanted their money back. So.
We were kidding.
Hey,
no. I mean, we were kidding. We want the money.
That's part of the issue.
I know.
You pay them all this, and then if they don't perform, what's in it for us?
Hey, were y'all? James, had you left town yet when they were talking about the guy from UNLV when he walked away because they wouldn't pay him more money?
Yeah, it was a handshake deal. He didn't sign a contract.
Yeah,
and then
that's on him.
Then the running back also, but you know what? They really didn't miss him.
Well, let me ask you this: maybe that first check he got at the bottom in memo, it said paid in full.
Rob, let me ask you
That's
something
true.
seriously. What happened to Florida in Central Florida? Does Central Florida come back and beat Florida, or the Gators win a football game?
I haven't seen Central Florida. You know, if Central Florida's got a good quarterback and the crowd is there,
He didn't look good last week.
Last game,
He didn't look
that's
good.
a hard place to play.
Yeah.
If you've never played in it before, it's loud, and I'm sure they're going to be there excited.
645 SEC Network.
If they get a touchdown, right, if they kind of take the momentum away from it, I think the crowd will turn on Florida in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
They'll turn on their quarterback anyway.
Well, he's got 2 weeks to get ready for Central Florida. They better win that ball game.
Well,
Hey, Rob, we got to take a break. Roll Tide,
all
brother.
right, guys. Yes, sir. Y'all have a great day. All
right.
Be careful.
Chad, that's one of the better Florida updates you've done. It was informed. I mean,
Sat here quietly. Gave the initial.
There you go.
645 SEC Network. 2 weeks to get ready. Glenn, 2 weeks to get ready. They just got beat by Central Florida. When you play bad one week, you usually play a lot better the next week. But I think Florida's probably in pretty good shape with this game.
I think they are having 2 weeks to prepare, and then UCF's dealing with that loss.
Yeah.
With Colorado, the games played in Gainesville. I think the Gators do have a small edge here.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll be talking about the Alabama President Trump. Herschel Walker. You hear what Herschel Walker did? Well, you'll find out when we get back. He was in the press box with, he played at Georgia. He's one of the greatest players ever play. Was he happy at halftime? Absolutely not. But I can't believe what he did. We'll be right back. Let's talk about some of our great sponsors we have. Unbelievable. Get out to where? Newbies. 4 great locations. Did I even thank them for the FSU update? I don't think I did.
You did not. You were
I
eating the candy bar.
apologize. I was eating. Thank you, Glenn. Newbies 2 on the curve. Go watch all sporting events. Newbies, they've got a brand new one. Oh, they got 4 now. A brand new one in St. Andrews. Get over there and check it out. And get down to the mothership this weekend. The best man's in the Southeast every Friday and Saturday night, because that's what Charlotte wants, and she gets what she wants. Her and John always giving back to the community. Make sure we go out and support Newbies. Tell them Coach sent you and have a great time at one of the 4 locations in beautiful Bay County. We'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Atlanta Braves baseball.
This just in. Get the latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 86 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a calm wind and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 85 with some sun and a wind out of the northwest around 3 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 86. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Life can take us so many places. And at Panama City Toyota, we're here to make sure every drive is worth every minute.
Maybe you want a fun, fuel-efficient car for everyday driving. Or you need a dependable vehicle that really gets the job done. Sometimes it's all about answering the call of the wild. And when you're ready to shop, reserve your vehicle online and choose your options. Or we'll help you in person, even if you started the process at home.
Whatever works for you, always works for us.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they will get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. The Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll. Alabama Update is brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals throughout Northwest Florida anytime, day or night. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll be there. They'll solve all your issues. They truly are great at what they do. We've had so many of our sponsors, friends, use Stevenson Air Conditioning. They have nothing but great things to say about Jason and Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals. All right, Alabama, Georgia, classic football game. Bama goes out 28-0. And halftime is 30-7. And you think the game's over. And I want to brag on, I got a lot of stuff to cover, but I want to brag on Kirby Smart, the things he said after the game. He's first class in everything he does. He's one of the greatest coaches ever in college football. Georgia will be back if they can stay healthy. They're going to be really good this year. Their kids did not quit. They didn't give up. They came back, took the lead, and then the very next play, Alabama scores and seals the deal and wins what Feinbaum says the greatest football game played, SEC game played. And he's been covering college football for 40 years. Do I care what he thinks? No. Alabama 41, Georgia 34. Our president, Donald Bush,
Donald J. Bush.
Donald J. Bush. I don't like Bush.
Hey, put that donut down.
Trump was there. President Trump was there. Kid Rock was with him. They showed Kid Rock before the game. Kid Rock goes up in the concession. They have everything blocked off, and Trump walks through there. People going absolutely nuts. And they're all down there, and they got them blocked off. Trump starts buying stuff for them, throwing them in the crowd. People yelling USA, Trump, Trump, Trump. Kid Rock goes over to one convenience where they were working, and I think it was Chick-fil-A. I don't know what it was. He took out a wad of cash, handed it to Lay, goes, divide that up between all y'all. I mean, just for no reason. And they were just like staring at him like, this is Kid Rock. And they said, thank you so much. He didn't buy anything. Had a cigar in his mouth, walks back up. Herschel Walker's up in the box with him. In the box, you had just some of the people were in there. The President of the United States, former President of the United States, Donald Trump, Herschel Walker, Hank Williams Jr., Kid Rock, Tommy Tuberville, and a lot of other big-time people up there. They're having a great time. I had some people tell me they introduced Trump. You know kind of what? ABC didn't even want to mention anything about him being there.
Right.
They had to. I think they kind of had. They showed him a little just for a second and took him away. Well, I was disappointed in Alabama, to be honest with you. They showed a picture of him on the scoreboard and everything. People went completely nuts. It was so loud. It was unbelievable. They put a bulletproof glass up there. And they'd never had that before. Last time he was there, they didn't have that for him. They
had the real Secret Service.
Yeah, they had it up there this time. But they went crazy. And they didn't leave it up there. They didn't leave a picture up there very long. And then they put the helmets, Georgia and Alabama helmets up there, not wanting to be political or whatever. Kind of made me mad. Kind of made me mad at the Alabama people. But he had a great time. They interviewed President after the game or during the game. And he goes, what a game. This is really big-time football. Big-time football. So it looks like Georgia's off a little bit, but what a game. What a game. This is big-time football. And then they got in they were interviewing, and they asked him a question about the vice president, the Democrat, what's his name, Waltz. Who's running?
Waltz.
Yeah. He went to the Michigan game. He's the governor of Michigan. He goes to the Michigan game. They booed him out of the stadium. Did you see that? Oh, my God. It was embarrassing. It was terrible. And Alabama, he was like a rock star. But it was pretty cool. And Herschel was up there. He was cool. First class. He was hurting because George was getting beat, but he showed class the whole way.
Yeah, he's
Herschel.
A class act.
Good job, Herschel. What a football game. I about peed my pants during this. It was during the game. I forgot what the score was. It was bad. It might have been 28-0 when it came up. Somebody wrote something, and I saw it on Facebook. It says, breaking, emergency. A state of emergency has been called in the state of Alabama. They're eating the dogs in Tuscaloosa. This was when Alabama was killing them. I thought that was really cute. I thought it was funny. I thought it was great. But what a game, man. What a football game. Bama 41, Georgia 34. Passing, Milroe was 33 times he threw the ball. He completed 27 for 374 yards. They averaged 11.3 every time they touched the football. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Beck threw the ball 50 times, the most he's ever thrown. Completed 27, and this is like one of the Georgia records, I think, in the top 4 or something like that, for 439 yards. They averaged 8.8. He had 3 touchdowns, but he also had 3 interceptions. Alabama rushing as a team, 32 carries, 173 yards. They averaged 5.4 yards a carry. They had 3 rushing touchdowns. Milroe led all rushers, 16 carries, 117 yards. He averaged 7.3 yards a carry. He scored 2 touchdowns. Georgia, as a team, rushed the ball 28 times for only 80 yards for 3.1, and they had scored 2 rushing touchdowns. Alabama had 11 different receivers touch the football for 374 yards. They averaged 13.9 reception from the receivers. Alabama's true freshman, 17-year-old kid. He's just a kid. Ryan Williams is a superstar. 6 receptions, 177 yards against Georgia. 6 receptions, 177 yards. He averaged 29.5 yards every time he touched the ball, 1 touchdown.
Now, what about, all right, so everybody's talking about his catch at the end of the game. Right? I
like the first one.
I like the one
where
he's tipping it, catches it.
Go to my Facebook. I shared a picture of him in warm-ups. They threw a ball to him in warm-ups. He caught it over his head, hand backwards with his left, not his right hand, his left hand, caught the ball with, you got to be kidding me. I couldn't believe it. This guy
talented.
is something else.
Yeah.
But what a play. The touchdown pass was incredible, 75 yards. Georgia had just scored to take the lead. The first play, 75 yards, he catches the ball, unbelievable catch, made a move on 2 players. They run into each other. Then he outruns them and scores. And then another true freshman, number 2, they both have number 2. He intercepts a pass at the end. Bama wins. Miller had, let me go back. Running back Miller, he had another beautiful reception out of the backfield, 16-yard touchdown pass. Total yards, Alabama had 547 yards. Georgia had 519. Turnovers, this is the whole difference in the ball game. Alabama only turned the ball over 1. Georgia turned it over 4 times. First downs, Bama had 21. Georgia had 25. But here's the deal, the key of the game. On 4th down, Georgia went for it 5 times, got every single one of them. Chad, if they'd have just got 3 out of that 5, Bama would have beat them pretty good.
Yeah.
But them keeping the ball away from Alabama's defense was worn out. I mean, they were completely worn out, and Georgia took it to them. I had a lot of respect for Georgia. Time of possession, Alabama had the ball 32 minutes and 24 seconds. Georgia 27-26. Great football game. A classic, and I don't know if they'll meet again or not.
Yeah, great end of the game for sure, and great watching Georgia come back. I mean, it's exciting. You can look at it so many different ways. But I just felt like Alabama's defense in the second half, they weren't blitzing like they were in the first half.
Yeah.
In the first half, man, it looked like Georgia just did not have an answer for what Alabama's defense was doing. And it almost seems like they changed that, or, maybe Kirby just made an adjustment to it.
They did make the adjustment.
Yeah,
Their defense made some adjustments.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to Milroe. What a game he had. He might have won the Heisman Trophy. He's going to have another opportunity. Tennessee's going to be a huge game. Missouri, LSU, they'll be on probably national TV at night game. So they're going to have a chance to really keep on shining. This game got him right now. He's a leading favorite out of Vegas to win the Heisman. 27 out of 33. He had a total offense in that game. Total offense, running and throwing, 491 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He is big. You can't understand how big he is in person. When you see him in person, he doesn't look big on TV, but you see him in person, he's big. He's one of the fastest, if not the fastest player on the field. He can run, he can throw. He made some runs in that game I couldn't believe.
Yeah, I mean, he had some wheels for sure.
Yeah, and again, he gets to play Tennessee. That's going to be a huge football game. LSU, Missouri, 3 huge ball games. Then they got Oklahoma. But Alabama winning this game really sets himself up nice to make the 12-team playoff because they can afford to lose lose a game. I actually think they can lose 2 and still get in with 12 teams in after they beat Georgia. Now, it depends if they get blown out. That's something totally different. There was something else I wanted to get. One thing I did want to talk about, one negative thing that you never saw with the Nick Saban football team. When Alabama would get a lead in the second half, they would snap the ball with about 5 seconds left on the clock.
Right.
Clock control in the second half by Bama about costing the ball game.
I agree with that.
If they would have done what Nick did the second half with a big lead like that.
Slow it down. Watch that play clock.
Yeah, Georgia wouldn't have had the time to come back.
No, they wouldn't have
that.
had the time.
I tell you, another team that did this stupid thing like that was Auburn. What they kind of gave that game away.
Yeah.
But clock management was the only negative thing I saw from Alabama. I thought their offensive game plan, defensive game plan, especially the first half, was unbelievable. Georgia was confused with all the shifts and motions you saw. It was unbelievable. They had them outflanked. They tried to get outside on them. They did. Just didn't look like a typical Georgia defense. But Kirby made the adjustments at halftime on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And I think Alabama kind of took the gas. You know, they
took their foot off the gas
on both sides.
But then, you know, that goes back to what you're talking about. You know, do you manage the clock or do you just keep your foot on the gas? And you know that's where I think
you can still get after them and run your plays,
right?
But
there's something to
our defense was
immediately
worn out.
lining up, throwing the ball again, or lining up, running the ball. You know, and that hurry up, it does something.
When our defense couldn't get off the field,
Coach, you know, when you were watching the cameras, you know, in between plays and stuff like that, you could see that Alabama's defense, and one of the reasons why they changed the defense was because Alabama's defense, you know, they played their ass off for 3 quarters and they were getting tired.
They were tired.
You could see their faces. They were, you know, and their
Georgia
faces
had the ball like
red.
13 plays. That series, 12 plays.
So the fourth quarter and the first quarter were sort of reversed, right? Alabama scores 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Georgia scores 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
What I was scared about the entire game is what you saw in the second half. I didn't think our defense could stop Georgia. And they did the first half. The second half, but you take away all those 4th down conversions, that's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
That wore out Alabama's defense. And I give Georgia a lot of credit. I really do.
They did
Great
a good job
football
coming
game.
back.
Alabama now is the number 1 team in the country. And did we have a phone call?
Yeah, we got a caller.
Who was it?
Oh, we don't have a caller anymore.
Who was it?
I don't know. It was somebody new that had.
Oh, okay. Tell them to call back.
Okay.
Call back. Please call back.
Call back. But we got to take a break now.
All right, let's take a break. Let's talk about Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. If you have a problem, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. You want to get a service about every 6 months. It runs better to save you money on your power bill. If you got to know one, all it does is run. The house doesn't get cool, doesn't get warm in the winter. You got to get rid of it. I had to do that. Didn't want to, but I did. The best thing I ever did. I went with Stevenson Air Conditioning. They came out and measured everything out, gave me some options. I went with what he told me to do, and we've been unbelievable. The power bill has been cut almost in half. They do an incredible job. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number 1. Just like J. Michael's Restaurant, they're incredible. The best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael. South Oak Time Closing. All your real estate closing is Chuck Tucker. No doubt about that. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, the best happy hour out there right here on Thomas Drive, the newest and best Mexican restaurant. Tell David that Coach sent you down there. Great place to have a birthday party. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Auburn Tigers.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Race to Talladega.
Paul Ritchie, are you ready?
I am ready.
You're ready for some racing, some paint swapping.
Oh, yes. You're not revving, you're not racing.
You got that right, son. Congratulations. You won the Race to Talladega, bro.
Oh, hell yeah. I can mark that off my bucket list now.
Mission accomplished. 8 seconds on your qualifying time. That is sending you to Talladega.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 86 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a calm wind and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 85 with some sun and a wind out of the northwest around 3 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 86. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The 2024 Central Panhandle Fair in Bay County begins tomorrow, October the 1st through Saturday, October the 5th. Great family fun for all. Enjoy rides and shows from around the world by Arnold Amusements. Delicious foods, arts, crafts, livestock, and much more. All beginning tomorrow, Tuesday. It's the 2024 Central Panhandle Fair in Bay County at the corner of Sherman Avenue and 15th Street, Panama City. Don't miss
Are
it.
you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
College football isn't life and death. It's much more important than that. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle. Hey, Martha Kinney. James Gualama, Jenna. War Eagle, baby. Get out to Beef Braised and have a great time. They got some of the best food you get anywhere. Every Wednesday, wings. Some unbelievable 10 beautiful wings and a side for $9.99. Beef Braised Lynn Haven. Love Pat. Best city commissioner Lynn Haven's ever had. Go down and check out his restaurant. You will love it. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Watch college and NFL games there. Yep. Great. But let me play this for you real quick.
Sometimes, Coach, when I have wind beneath my wings after I eat those, so I just want y'all warning. So.
My wife and I were watching that game. That's the first time she saw the eagle.
Oh, really?
And she was like, "Oh my God! What's going on? Is that a real bird?"
Let me let you guys
that
listen.
is so cool.
All right,
go for it.
You shut the hell up. Let y'all guys listen to this real quick.
All right.
I might play it back in a minute. I want you to hear this part.
How big is Jarquez for this offense, and do you feel like you all should utilize him a little more?
Obviously, that's not a question for me, I guess. I'm not calling the plays. I think Jarquez is a really good player, like you said. I think Coach does his best to utilize him. He's a good player too. So we like getting him the ball and letting him make plays, and I thought he did that today on a few different occasions. So that's not up to me.
Thank you.
They were asking Thorne after the game. That was Jamie, my daughter. Auburn is up by 11, and you talking about clock management? Okay.
Yeah.
You got one of the best running backs in college football. He's the most. Nobody knows about him because he didn't get the ball much. He's one of the best.
And he was
players.
running well this game.
He's the best player Auburn has, in my opinion. They don't use him enough, in my opinion. Okay, this is me. They ran the ball. What did he picks up? He had a big play. Then what did he do after that? We come back with 2 passes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it bites them in the butt later when they throw the pick 6. Auburn could have gave Oklahoma the ball at the down to goal line on the 10-yard line. I don't think they would have scored.
Yeah.
Their offense had a couple big plays the entire game, Oklahoma, and that was it. Auburn's defense played really well. Auburn dominated the game for 3.5 quarters. That pick 6 cost them the ball game. And I just think if they'd have ran Hunter more, you're calling the plays. And he said, I think they asked Hugh Freeze, it was a run option that he could have checked off the run or the pass, whatever. Why give him that option? You got a lead. You got an 11-point lead. You got one of the best running backs in college football. Let's just run the football. Run the ball. Eat the clock up. Shorten the game. Yeah. When you throw the ball, the clock stops. Oklahoma's offense wasn't that good.
You've got the audio in the helmets now. I mean, Hugh Freeze could have been telling him, like, give it Hunter, give it Hunter, give it Hunter. Let's run.
Well, you call the plays in and just.
I mean, now he's obviously still got to read the defense, but Hunter was having a good game. 97 yards rushing. I think he could have over 100.
Every play you got, you have a check with me, and they can. If they're overloaded to the right, you check and run to the left. I mean, everybody does that kind of stuff, but. They got a lead. Let's just run Hunter. Let's just put it in his hands and see what he does.
Right.
If we got a punt, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Punting's not bad.
Right.
The way Auburn's defense was playing. I'm gonna break it down. First downs, Oklahoma had 11. Auburn had 26.
Right.
Total yards. Oklahoma. Here we go again. Oklahoma had 290 yards of offense. Auburn 482 yards of offense. Passing the ball. Oklahoma only had 10 completions in the entire game. They threw it 16 times. They only passed for 161 yards. Auburn threw it 32 times, 21 completions, 338 yards, 1 pick six touchdown that cost them the game.
I think it was tipped, wasn't it?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. It was interception, took back for a touchdown.
Get it. Yeah.
Rushing the ball, Oklahoma ran the ball 32 times for only 130 yards, 4.1 yard per carry. Auburn ran the ball 43 times, so they did run the ball some. 43, that's pretty good, for 144 yards, and they averaged 3.3. I'm just saying with the lead, with 11, this is just me. This is just an opinion, because I was upset. I lost on this one. I lost a lot on this one. Penalties, Oklahoma had 10 for 78 yards. Auburn had 7 for 61 fumbles. Oklahoma 0, Auburn 0 interceptions. Oklahoma 0, Auburn 1. One big one, 1 pick six. Auburn had the football for 35 minutes and 26 seconds. Oklahoma had it for 24 minutes and 34 seconds. This is a game that's, you got Georgia next. Okay, right now, what's the record? 2-3? 2-3. This is the best 2 or 3 team in the country.
I agree with that.
2-3.
They should have won this game.
They should have never lost to Cal.
Yeah. They shouldn't have lost to Oklahoma, but they have to get their act together. They've got to have that killer instinct at the end of the game. They
should have never lost to Arkansas. They should have never lost to Cal, and they should have lost to Oklahoma. They could very easily be 5-0 right. Just being honest, they could be 5-0 right now. I don't know, Glenn. What's the word? What's the feel up there? You got family that goes to the games all the time. I know people. You got to win at Auburn.
They were not happy. I can tell you that. You can see it in all the fraternity guys in their coats and ties, but they're looking stunned. And there's some other people that are, I don't think anybody that I know that are big time backers that in our family that are ready to get rid of him, but they're sure not happy. They're not Gus Malzahn upset, but they're getting close. So,
the first time Oklahoma, if you didn't watch the game, Oklahoma got the ball first. The quarterback tucks it and runs. I don't know if they were man coverage or what. I can't remember, but he took up the middle, 48-yard touchdown run by Hawkins. Good run. The guy can fly. He's good ability. Doesn't throw very well, but he's a really good runner. If you don't have like Florida State, if you don't have a quarterback that can throw, you can win if you got a guy that can throw but he can't run. You can probably win some games with a quarterback that can run it and can't throw. You got to be able to do one or the other. At FSU, I don't know what he can do. I mean, I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest.
To run that kind of offense that we have, you got to be able to have a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, when I was looking at Oklahoma, I was thinking, let's just shut down the run. He's not going to beat you throwing the ball. Then he did hit a couple big plays. He did. He had a big, long touchdown run. I think it was like 80 yards. But anyway, we should have won. Auburn should have won that football game. Auburn should have won that football game.
Yep.
They let that one slip away, and then now you got to go on the road 2:30 on ABC and play the Georgia Bulldogs after being upset by Bama. I don't know if it's a good time to play Georgia or not.
No, it's not going to be. And you're playing there.
Yeah. And 2 weeks later, they got Missouri.
Missouri,
then Kentucky, and then Vanderbilt, Louisiana Monroe, Texas A&M, and Bama. That's the rest of Auburn's schedule.
I just thought the play calling in the fourth quarter, I didn't understand it.
No. Yeah.
And again, you snap the ball with 5 seconds left on the clock when you got a lead. You got up 11 points, milk the clock. You can still be aggressive. You can still run any play you want. Why would you play fast? Why would you go fast? Get them tired? You got an 11-point lead. I mean, that's just different. People think differently. People have different philosophies.
Well, nowadays,
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Nowadays, in this run and gun, it's how many plays can we get in?
Right.
And
some people go for it on fourth down, like Lane does some crazy stuff. It's just everybody has different philosophy. I'm not right, and I'm not wrong. That's just an opinion.
Right.
I thought Auburn should have won this football game, and I thought they should have given, at the end of the game, the fourth quarter, the best player on the team, he'd have been handling the ball, and then you don't throw the pick six.
Right.
But you know what? He could have fumbled, and they pick up a fumble. You never know. It's football.
That's
you just
why,
don't know.
They never says in the newspaper whether I gave them my stamp of approval or not, or I don't get the big bucks to make those calls.
Yep.
So.
But anyway, Auburn now drops to 2-3, and they're 0-2 in the SEC.
FSU wished they'd be 2-3. So.
Thank you, Glenn. Hey, you are listening to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, and we are the home of the Auburn Tigers. Every Thursday, 8:15, Andy Bertram right here on with us. We're also the home of the Atlanta Braves and Mosley football. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, if you love Taco Bell, we've got plenty of them on Panama City Beach. We've got 3. We also have one down in Port St. Joe for the Tiger Sharks. They do DoorDash. Make sure you get down there and support those Taco Bell because they support you, Tiger Sharks. Same thing with the Rutherford Rams over in Callaway. Get out there and support Taco Bell as they support the Rutherford Rams. Paparazzi Pizza, the best pizza you would get anywhere. The baker's incredible. They got a bar there to watch the ball game. I watched a little bit of NFL game down there when I was there yesterday. Get on a paparazzi Pizza and tell them Coach sent you. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. Dr. Ward, love Dr. Ward. The guy's incredible. Great doctor. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, don't put it off. Go see Dr. Ward. He'll take care of you. 5 minutes can save your life. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thank you, B4 Braves. Thank you, Lynn Haven, B4 Braves, and the City Commissioner, Pat Perno. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Plus, premier college and NFL games.
Touchdown! Incredible!
Your source for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
The 2024 Central Panhandle Fair in Bay County begins tomorrow, October the 1st through Saturday, October the 5th. Great family fun for all. Enjoy rides and shows from around the world by Arnold Amusements, delicious foods, arts, crafts, livestock, and much more. All beginning tomorrow, Tuesday. It's the 2024 Central Panhandle Fair in Bay County at the corner of Sherman Avenue and 15th Street, Panama City. Don't miss it.
That Cajun Place is your LSU and Saints football headquarters. Saints and LSU fans, wear your team colors and score a free Jell-O shot when your team scores a touchdown. Only at That Cajun Place. Get $5 pitchers on select draft beers during all live football games. Catch all the games at once with the NFL package on 27 large TVs at That Cajun Place. And the best wings on the beach. The locals' favorite, That Cajun Place.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Home of the Auburn Tigers. Patrick, how are you doing, buddy? Turf Pro Pest Control. What's the best way to get up for you?
Call us on our local number, 850-890-5820. Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC or on our website at turfpropestcontrol.com.
And y'all are all over the state of Florida. I guess you guys are going to be really busy in the eastern part of Florida, correct?
Well, Jacksonville didn't get much, so.
Oh, really?
No, it was pretty light.
That's a good
there.
thing. That's a good
Now,
thing.
getting to Jacksonville may be a problem.
Yeah. Well, what'd you think, man, this week in college football? What stood out to you?
Well, Wildcat. How about them Cats?
Oh, hey, he's feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling pretty. Hey, got my colors on.
Celebrate that win because it may be your detriment because they just interviewed for Mark Stoops.
Oh, he's going to FSU or
Well, he needs to go to either one of them at this point. But hey, head is up against Lane Kiffin. Everybody wants Lane Kiffin, but I think he might not leave. But I think he would be a great fit there.
Absolutely, no doubt. Wildcat, what would you do if Stoops left you now? Would you be upset or you be okay?
Yeah, it depends on who's going to take his place. You know, I've had my pros and cons with Stoops, and I think that Kentucky should have a better winning record than what they do this season, and I think Stoops could have done a better job. So, you know, just depends on who replaces him.
Wow, after they just beat, they haven't done that since 1978.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If he goes to another one, they'll draw more than Kentucky does in football. They're drawing a lot better than you used to, but, you know, mainly right now still basketball. To me, that's my opinion.
It's a basketball school.
Yeah. So, but Duke is undefeated, so.
Well, I feel bad for Coach Brown. They were up, and Duke came back, and I think they won by 1 point.
Yeah,
beat,
something like that.
North Carolina. I hate that for Coach. Danny Cornell, let's look at his picks. There's the top 12 teams in the country. I don't understand where he gets this stuff from. Number 1, Texas. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Tennessee. Okay. Number 4, Miami. Number 5, Oregon. Number 6, Penn State. Number 7, Ohio State. How can you have Ohio State at 7? I think Ohio State's pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
Do y'all think that's kind of?
Yeah, I don't know if that's his disdain for the Big Ten or whatever.
Right, that's what I was thinking about. Number 8, Georgia. Number 9, Clemson. Number 10, Indiana. Do you really truly believe Indiana's a top 10 team?
Indiana, Illinois.
No, Indiana.
They're 5-0. You know,
a lot of people can be 5-0 depending on who the 5 teams they beat.
So let's see, FIU.
That's a power.
WIU.
Ooh, they're tough.
Yeah, UCLA.
Surfside. Yeah.
And then what's CLT? That's the abbreviation.
CLT.
Hold on, it's
Cleveland
Charlotte
University.
49ers. So that's Charlotte.
They should
and then
be
Maryland.
5-0. Yeah.
They beat Maryland 42-28.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, 5 tough teams, right? Yeah.
As far as you know.
Well, and I think that's the problem with Ohio State. Is Ohio State's schedule isn't like one
Look at Ohio State's roster. They got NFL
well,
players
no, I'm
everywhere.
not saying they don't have good players or a good coach. They definitely have that. But I think people are penalizing them because of their schedule.
But Ohio State's still got Oregon and Michigan coming up.
Well, the coaches poll, you got Texas is number 1, Alabama 2nd, Ohio State's 3rd, Tennessee's 4, 5 is Georgia, 6 is Oregon, 7's Penn State, 8's Miami, 9's Missouri, 10 is Michigan, 11 Ole Miss, 12 LSU, 13th Notre Dame, 14th is Clemson, 15th is Southern Cal, 16th Iowa State, 17th Oklahoma, 18th Utah, 19th BYU, 20 Kansas State, 21 Texas A&M, 22 Louisville. Louisville let me down, lost that one. 23 is UNLV, 24 Indiana. So the coaches think they're about 24. Danny thinks they're in the top 10. Illinois was 25. So I don't know.
Who do y'all think the dark horse is right now? I mean, in my opinion, I think it's Tennessee, man. I think people better pay close attention.
I don't know if
you
you'd even call them a dark horse.
They're good, but I'm just saying they're like nobody's thinking about them. That's kind of where I'm going with that.
There's no telling who's going to win the national championship. That's a long season.
But Tennessee, watch out for Tennessee. They play Georgia and Alabama. It's going to be interesting to watch.
Yep, that'll be after those two games. We'll know something really.
I think Clemson's going to give them all a run for it.
Clemson, everybody thought they were dead and gone. They're playing good football right now. There's no doubt about it. Got to give them credit. Now their schedule's a lot easier. It has been. Appalachian State. Who was the next one? Northeast somebody. Then Stanford. They got FSU, which is not the FSU of old. So their last 4 games, these first 4 games after Georgia, have been pretty easy. Wake Forest, Virginia, Louisville. Louisville's tough. Virginia Tech, Pitt, Citadel. They got an easy schedule. This being fair and honest, they got 3 tough games left. Louisville. Don't they play Miami, Glenn?
No.
No.
Oh, they don't have. Okay, all right. I can't see the last ones. So
they'll play Miami if they're both in the ACC championship.
The schedule and injuries, turnovers, that's going to determine who wins the national championship. Rosters, the best 3 rosters in college football, Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State, if you go by what all the experts say. Here's your AP poll. This is the latest AP poll. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Texas. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 4, Tennessee. Georgia drops 3 spaces there at number 5. Oregon, number 6. 7, Penn State. 8, Miami. 9, Missouri. 10, Michigan. 11, USC. 12, Ole Miss. 13, LSU. 14th, Notre Dame. 15th, Clemson. 16th, Iowa State. 17th, BYU. 18th, Utah. 19th, Oklahoma. 20, Kansas State. 21, Boise State. 22, Louisville. 23, Indiana. 24, Illinois. 25, UNLV. Patrick, Pat, what do you think? FSU, did you watch all of it?
Yes.
What's the deal?
There are some things going on within the coaching staff that I can see. One particular play scores 21-9, and the defense pulls off 2 cornerbacks and a safety. They bring in 2 linebackers and a defensive line, so they go a 5-4-2. They got 1 safety and 1 cornerback, and SMU winds up 3 wide. You got 2 linebackers on wide receivers. Maryland's the one who caught the touchdown, and I looked right there as soon as I saw the lineup. I went touchdown.
It's an immediate mismatch all over the
place,
yeah.
and there wasn't a timeout. Nobody did anything. I saw confusion. And especially on defense of who we're going to guard. There was one play, the guy just stood there in the middle, a linebacker. And I'm not going to say who, but and I'm watching it going, where's your scheme? I know Florida State plays a lot of transfer off as guys are running crossing patterns. You're sending it to the next guy, and that's great when you have NFL talent. But if the talent drops a little bit, it becomes really hard, and you got to have highly intelligent guys to run that defense. And I'm not saying that they're not intelligent now, but you got to run that's a very complicated scheme. I don't agree with the scheme. I didn't last year either. I just thought they had great players.
And offensively, that we knew they couldn't match points with SMU. We talked about that all week. So if they scored a lot of points, I don't know if they can keep up, and they couldn't.
Offensively, I think their spacing is just horrible. They have too many when they run receiving patterns. If you'll watch, you'll see receivers within 5 yards of each other all the time. There's multiple times when we've completed, or Florida State's completed a pass, and you've got a receiver cutting in front of another receiver. You shouldn't have 2 guys within 2 or 3 yards, and I'm talking 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, because it brings the defenders all in the same region, too.
I've seen several plays this year in the scheme where you could have 2 defenders guarding 3 guys, receivers.
Right. Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, let me ask all 3 of you this, and Wildcat. Do they have anything left in them? This is a great opportunity to have something positive happen, beat a ranked Clemson team at home, or from what I saw, I'm not banking on that whatsoever. They didn't look, the body language, everything about it. To me, it's like they've already packed it in. But can he motivate them to get out there and perform this week in practice and try to pull a huge upset and change the direction of the season? or do you think it's, whistling in the wind?
I think they can. There is a possibility for the upset, but I don't think they can have anything go wrong in the first quarter. If they make a mistake, a turnover, a missed assignment, anything like that, it's kind of that attitude of here we go again. They've got to get confidence, and I think that's one of the main things they're missing.
Chad, what do you think? Is there any way they can turn this thing around?
I don't think so. I think the attitude's set on the team. That's where I'm going with it. I wish they would. I wish they'd turn it around. Hope they find a way to do it. But I just think there's attitude.
Well, can they? Probably, but it's going to be a hard sell. I don't know some of the things, and like Patrick said, when you watch some of the things that are going on, when we run a play, it has no imagination to it. We're gonna it's going to be the lead thing where the quarterback, and we don't have a quarterback to run it, so they're not going to even honor him. So they're stacking the box. So when they stack the box, do we throw it outside? When we do, we throw that stinking flanker screen out there, and they're all over it. So, and then to me, number 9, Tillaflor needs to have a hole to run through. And then I don't know. It's hard. If you get him in the open, we got something. But it's hard to watch when I'm sitting there knowing I was an old high school coach, and I'm going, you can't do that. So I don't know.
Wildcat, what do you think?
I got to agree with Pat. He kind of nailed it. He hit it on the head that there's, the communication and the confusion and the coaching staff and then the players. I mean, the players have got to know that their coaching staff has got a plan, a solid plan, so that they can go out there and execute and call an audible if they have to. But they have to know that you can't build a house without a good foundation.
Well, look at the Florida State defense the last 2 seasons. And look at the turnovers they have caused. They're one of the lowest teams around causing turnovers. And that's a huge factor in games.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and finish out. Let's talk about some of our great people. Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legend. Any type of injury, go see Chad. 25 years on Bay County sidelines. No one has done that ever before. The legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell. That Cajun place right here on Thomas Drive, they got the best food of any type. New Orleans-style food's incredible. Try the bread pudding. It's unbelievable. The beignets. And then if you're LSU Saints fans, when the game's being played, they score a touchdown, free Jell-O shots. Get down there this Saturday. Have a great time. We will be there. I usually get there for the 11 o'clock kickoff. Had a great time down there this past week watching Ole Miss Kentucky play. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road, they do cater. They do an incredible job. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road, they have the best barbecue, but try the turkey plate, the turkey sandwich. It's incredible. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Atlanta Braves baseball.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Monday's weather forecast. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 86 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a calm wind and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 85 with some sun and a wind out of the northwest around 3 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Wednesday, a light breeze and very warm around 86. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
Lots of force on this one. Hello, Chop House. A 2-run homer.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Woo! College football. We're trying to decide. We're looking at the break. Who can Florida State beat if they give the effort like they've done recently? You know, look at Auburn. They're 2-3. People are falling apart. People are upset. Some people want to fire Hugh Freeze right now. And then you look at FSU, kind of like in the same boat, except at least at Auburn, they're doing a great job recruiting high school players. How's FSU doing in recruiting right now?
Well, they're way down. They're down in the 30s now.
Yeah, they're down there with Florida and UCF are right beside them.
Yeah, and Auburn's not. Auburn's one of the top recruiting teams in the country right now. So a lot of things better to all you Auburn fans. At least you're not in Tallahassee right now. They got SMU. They just lost that game. They got Clemson at home. Duke. I don't know if we can beat Duke.
Duke's going to be a tough one Friday night at Duke.
At Duke. And Miami.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
They can beat North Carolina.
North Carolina should be a win.
Well, if they can score points.
Yeah, true. Yeah. That's true.
North Carolina's going to put up 20 points.
Yeah.
If you can't score 3 touchdowns.
You're at Notre Dame. And then Charleston Southern.
They can beat Charleston
Southern. I don't. The way the offense looks right now, I don't think they can beat Florida.
No.
Yeah, I don't think they can beat Florida either right now.
That's like I told you earlier. We have the prevent offense is what we got going.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. Could you imagine?
That's the quote of the day.
Let's just say we give them Duke. They beat Duke. They beat North Carolina. They beat Charleston Southern. That's 3. They're 4-8. I mean, I can't believe they're 1-5, 1-4 right now.
Yeah,
13-0. How can you be 13-0 and then completely fall apart?
A lot of them left, and then you got the guys doing the transfer portal that jumped out. I don't know. I wish they had the chase.
And then you got the guys that are making money and the guys that aren't.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it, too. Some guys that have been there all the time, they're not getting paid hardly anything, and this guy comes here making almost $1 million. I think what Nick Saban said, he knocked out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
You better be careful who you bring in. They're in the portable for a reason.
All right.
Here's my question. Because Norvell, during his tenure at Florida State, has just preached culture and family. And what's happening to that right now?
Brought in all these new guys.
How are you creating that?
Let's bring in an expert right now that can answer all questions on all subjects. This guy, he's like unbelievable. Let's bring him in right now.
Plethora of information.
He's like Trump. Let's bring him in.
Shots secure the platform.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Go Blue Track here. Hey. So was Alabama going to pull a Michigan on Saturday? Just lose that great lead they built and then just blow it all away? You know what I mean?
Look, let me tell you something. Alabama cares about the SEC. Alabama cares about college football. They care about the people that support them, like ESPN, ABC. It's all about the ratings. If they'd have blown them out, everybody would turn the channel. We did this to keep eyeballs on the TV set. Goodness gracious. Everybody knows that.
They had to keep it close enough so Kirby doesn't get on the hot seat.
Yeah, and we love Kirby. Come on. We all know that. That's
Michigan did it for Fox, right? That's why Michigan did it for Fox.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Officiating's terrible, by the way. Some of the calls on a lot of these games this weekend, they were terrible.
Yeah,
Friday
especially that
night in Miami.
Tech, that Virginia Tech call where they called for holding, and there was no holding.
None.
There was no holding.
Hey, when Cam Ward hit that little shuffle pass that ends up being the touchdown. If you'll watch that, Miami's running back tackles the defensive end and then lays on top of him that allows that to happen.
Yeah, no, I saw that too.
Hey, congratulations on that big win.
Hey, we kept the jug. I mean,
oh yeah,
we
that
jumped
jug's
out
big.
24 to 3. Well, it is. It's one of the oldest trophies. That's not the oldest trophy in college sports.
That's probably the biggest rivalry, one of the top biggest rivalry in college. That's right up there with Ohio State, Michigan.
For Michigan and Minnesota fans, it is a big rivalry, the Jug. There's actually a restaurant in Ann Arbor named the Little Brown Jug, actually.
That's what I was talking about. Kid Rock giving away money. What a great man. What a great American.
That's what, Wildcat's got the big brown jug that he has, so.
Hey, by the way, Wildcat.
We call that a 55
congratulations on your win.
Yeah. What do you think? Even my Bengals won. I had a great weekend.
Well, Lane Kiffin does that every year. He loses a game he shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
He can't get over the top. And
They do that just for TV ratings.
I don't know. Jackson Dart looked pretty good the first drive, and after that he was a lawn dart.
Woo, that was the first game they played somebody could hit him in the mouth.
Exactly.
That cupcake schedule.
Jackson Dart looked like he did last year.
Let me tell you,
bottom
though,
line.
it was the defensive line coach from Kentucky that made the difference. I can tell you that.
That's right. I think you're right. And Glenn Manley coached him. I think so. Really, you take it all the way back. If it wasn't for Glenn, Kentucky would have won the game.
I coached him on offense. I didn't coach him on defense.
Thank you, Glenn.
Hey, Michigan, listen to this though, and I truly love this guy. I love Kirby. I can't say enough good things about him. He showed so much class after the game. The things he said was incredible. But all the Georgia fans like Bama's over, we're the new king. Let me just point out a few things. The 3-peat was destroyed by Bama. I mean, it was destroyed by Bama. 42 regular season win streak was destroyed by Bama. 31 win streak was destroyed by Alabama. 16 straight road wins destroyed by Alabama. 6 straight wins versus AP top 5. Doesn't happen because of Alabama. Alabama owns Georgia. Conrad.
You're lucky.
Conrad.
He's out of town.
Alabama owns Georgia.
We're running out of time for Conrad to call in.
Yeah. I wanted to do it at the very end.
There was dead silence in the studio.
That all was for Conrad, by the way. No, he's not even here, Glenn.
I think they may be out of town. I'm not sure, but
hey, Miss Gay, seriously, help us out. What's going on at FSU? Do you see any way they can turn this thing around?
I think Coach Novell lost that team.
Yeah.
And I was reading last night about how they packed it in the second half and all that, and their turnover ratio of players is just too big to overcome to build a cohesive team unit, and it's the team. And I don't want a coach to get fired and all that, but, I mean, here's something. When a coach takes a quarterback that his own ex-coach doesn't take to Michigan State, that's a clue.
Yeah, that tells you
there's something wrong
right
with
there.
that guy.
Yeah. Great point.
And then, like last year, they had a great season. They got screwed out of the playoff, right? No doubt about it. And there's no excuse for what's going on this year. None at all.
Last year, they had the guys came back. A bunch of those guys came back that have been there. That would have been their second year. They could have gone pro, and they came back just to try to be in the national championship. So that's a little more cohesiveness. And now he's, like Coach Saban said, you got to be careful who you choose. They're out there for a reason.
Hey, I want to congratulate all Michigan fans. God bless you. My whole opinions have changed.
We booed them.
They booed the vice. You should have seen what they did for Trump at the Alabama game. Georgia and Alabama people, they said it was so loud, it was crazy when they introduced him. Unbelievable.
Dude, if people don't see it, I mean, it's all...
We're done. We're done if they don't see it.
It's media propaganda, fake news, all that. We booed Walt. He has no business being there. He can go back to Minnesota or China. Excuse me. He should go back home to China. That's where he wants to be. And then God bless Trump and President Trump and all that. And Georgia and Alabama. God bless Alabama and Georgia fans, man.
Amen, brother.
And God bless Michigan fans, brother. Because we're red, white, and blue, God, family, country. That's what we are.
Well, thank you for the call. Call us tomorrow. And again, great weekend of college football. Looking forward to this week. A lot of good ball games going to be played. This one I was looking forward to, Clemson, FSU. All year I was looking forward to this one. Now I'm just hoping they show up and play hard. I really do. I don't know what's going to
happen. Big high school games tonight, too, so get out and support your team.
Yeah, that's right.
Patrick, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call us at Turf Pro at 850-890-5820, Turf Pro PC, turfpropestcontrol.com.
Chad, best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344.
Are you ready to go under the lights? Mosley Dolphin football is back. ESPN Northwest Florida brings you live play-by-play coverage all season long. With David Hayes.
Touchdown, Mosley Dolphins!
And Kyle